of course, this is yet another example of teenagers reportedly causing chaos in our community. And again, Sam Bregman, the district attorney for Bernalillo County, has been loudly pushing for harsher punishments for juvenile offenders. But a lot of his ideas have seen relatively slow starts this legislative session. I mean, people on both sides of the issue are pretty much digging in.
Decades of research that shows that care and support is what juveniles who make mistakes and come into contact with the legal system need, much more than they need incarceration.
Just reading my paper every day and being involved still at the DA's office in my town, I'm seeing it. We're all seeing it. It's just not an Albuquerque problem.
Former investigator Ryan Laughlin has been doing a deep dive on juvenile justice in a series called Missing Pieces. So Ryan, why isn't juvenile justice kind of getting bigger attention at the start of the session? I mean, we were starting to wonder when Governor Lujan Grisham didn't even include juvenile justice in her State of the State, and it seems like Democratic lawmakers specifically just kind of want to back away from this one altogether.
Bregman's office is hustling on both sides of the aisle on this one, but Democrats haven't really taken up the baton yet. Doesn't mean that they can't. But I want to go back to that sound that we just played. Okay. What the ACLU said and what Republican State Representative Andre Reeb said, those both can be true. Bregman's problem here is that he's up against decades of data that shows jailing juvenile offenders is bad for public safety. I know it seems backwards, but check this out. We have a graph here. This is from the Legislative Finance Committee. That green line, it shows that juvenile justice referrals going back to 2008 are trending down. You can see at the end there, little bump post-pandemic. That's probably what we're seeing right now. But there was a 76% drop in juvenile delinquency in this time frame, and that coincides with the state shifting away from jailing kids and closing detention facilities. Similar data shows that when kids go to jail, they are more likely to commit a crime when they get out versus when they go on probation. This is adding to the argument that the ACLU and others are saying jailing kids is a bad idea.
So we see the decline and we see the data, but I would bet you if you ask people, especially in the metro, do you feel like there's a decline in teen violence? And they would say no, it feels completely opposite.
This is where Bregman and Reeb's argument comes in. Check this out. This is actually data from the Law Office of the Public Defender's Office. Their data shows teenage homicide is going the wrong direction. You can see the trend line there. Significant increases with the most severe violence. And that's why some are calling for changes in our juvenile justice system. But complicating things is a big chunk of the people that are responsible for the most severe violence. They've never been in trouble with the juvenile justice system before. So you can't say that the system was too lenient on them if they've never had a touch with the system.
The lack of intervention until they get to the point where we're having these discussions about attempted murder or murder. Doing nothing, though, is not an option. So what's the solution? What could we see come out of the session?
You heard Bregman say at 5 o'clock, we got to try something here. And then that's what we're looking for. It's a popular sentiment now from politicians to say our community is awash in guns, and they blame the prevalence of guns for this issue. Although I found a juvenile justice expert who says there's been a lot of guns for a long time. So if guns didn't change, then the kids are changing. Listen to this.
I don't think access to guns has really changed. I mean, like I said, in the 18 years of working with juvenile probation, it was unfortunately easy for kids to get guns.
So what has changed?
I think their ability to problem solve has changed. I mean, COVID really changed the youth that we're working with.
It's a complicated issue. It's something that we're going to continue digging into For Investigates. Our next For Investigates Missing Pieces story is going to look at the role schools are playing, because before these turn into the tragedies that we report on in the news, teachers are coming across these kids long before this happens. The question is, where can we intervene to prevent to the point we got to today?
Better get a bigger shovel if you want to go into that topic. All right, Ryan, thanks so much. And if you want to go deep on this topic as well, For Investigates Missing Pieces series, all in one place for you at KOB.com. Ryan, great work. Thanks.